Full Throttle TV welcomes you to Bristol, Tennessee, and Bristol Motor Speedways for tonight's exciting racing action. Round one of the Smoking Tires Sprint Car Cup Series at one of the fastest half miles in the country. My name is Brody Hanna. Beside me in the booth is Tony Solari, as always. And Tony, everybody loves Bristol. This place is exciting. It's fun. It's fast, and with these cars, man, it's a joyride around here.
Well, yeah, everybody knows Bristol is it's one of the most iconic half miles of the, the last great Coliseum, as they always say. And yeah, these cars, you'd think they're going to be perfect out here, and they are touchy on throttle. And I'm actually really excited about this one. We had a great race last week at Iowa, and tonight I think we're going to see some more fun.
Exactly, and they're going to be fast and flying around here as always. These sprint cars, man, they zip around the track for sure, and this track is no different. It may be even more so. But yeah, you see them on the track now, and they're doing their final warm ups. But man, these cars, I heard that you got to test one of these out here at Bristol, and you had quite the experience.
I was barely 60% throttle, and again, I'm not really sure what setup. I was running an open setup test session and just trying to get my bearings for it and see what these guys are up against. I kind of like to do that because I really have no experience in these cars whatsoever, and you got to really keep your foot on the pedal at a decent pace, and and steer. They're very, very tough. Let's put it that way. And I'm watching practice, and these guys are just running around here, making it look easy.
Yeah, they are, and this is one of my favorite views here. This is the roll bar cam we're going to be showing you guys tonight on board with the number 74 of Kenneth Bradstock. Show his information here. But yeah, definitely a interesting race. Let's look at our race analysis tonight. That is not it. The race info tonight. Bristol Motor Speedway, Bristol, Tennessee. You see the temperature. I guess we're using default. It's not default weather. Partly cloudy, 76 degrees. It's kind of nice out there for an afternoon in Bristol. It's nothing like what the SRX was dealing with last night with the heat, but definitely going to be some exciting racing action here tonight.
Oh yeah, for sure. I believe they're going into a little bit of the night also, and I can't wait for these first couple of heat races just to see how this thing plays out.
Absolutely, yeah, I can't wait either because it's going to be a lot of fun. We see some of these guys, like I said, doing their final tune-ups here. But man, tell us a little bit about these cars, kind of what we're seeing here. This high horsepower, short wheelbase, man. I know they're hard to hang on to.
Oh yeah, with no wings, there's really no downforce at all. I mean, I love your roll bar cam because I'm in VR, and when I get into it's like driving around a convertible, which is kind of nice. But yeah, they are violent when they get loose, and they're kind of hard to save. So if we see any saves tonight, which I'm assuming we are, you got to give that guy an extra kudos because it's a job in itself to save one of these things when they get out of shape.
Well, you were talking about VR and the convertible thing and everything too. Yeah, it's all fun and nice and dandy until something goes bad. And because we see some pretty crazy wrecks here too, man. These things are easy to get up into the air, and I'm sure we'll probably see some of that tonight. So tonight's format will be heat races. We'll have 2 heat races and then a main event. If it's anything like Iowa, it'll be a 60-lap main event. And the heat races may be a little bit longer here. If you can check that, if you would double check that.
We've got 8-lap heat races and a 60-lap main.
All right, so we are doing 8 laps here, and 8 laps is going to go by quick, really quick here at Bristol.
They went so fast at Iowa. Yeah, I can only imagine how quick they're going to be going around here. I mean, figure two, there's no cautions on these initial laps. They're pulling about 13 seconds a lap. So, I mean, you're looking at maybe 2.5-minute long race, and we are done with the heats.
So it's going to be a quick night for the heats anyway. 60-lap main and some close, tight racing. We'll see about everybody running the bottom of the track here. It's just kind of looking through the field. Looks like it's the fast way around the bottom. I know there's a little more banking up top, but with these cars kind of keeping them wound up, it's not a problem. Actually, we see some of the guys drifting up to the middle. Do you think tires will come into play, like for the 60-lap race? Do you think they'll start moving up the track because of the tire wear?
It's possible. I don't know. The cars, you never really get full throttle here, so it almost seems like you're babying them just to keep it from going sideways down the straightaways. So I don't know if you're really burning up as much tires as you normally would with a normal car in the corners. But it's just one of those things. I would love to just drive these a little bit more and just to see what they're up and really see how they play out. But I know we're going to find out here at least at the end of the 60 lapper. They're not going to have any time to warm them up during the heats.
We've got about 21 cars in the queue right now, so you're looking at about 10, 11 cars for the heat races. As practice winds down, we did like a little practice event last week at Iowa, and we saw some of these guys really shine. Who's the guy you kind of have your eye on?
Well, yeah, we didn't have a full field, and it was kind of a pre-race deal. And I don't know. I don't know the guys enough, but we're looking at the front row right now, or at least in practice. And Joe Backus, Greg Drilling, he actually did pretty well last year too, or last week. Kevin Dampier wasn't here. The Biesinger brothers, or family members, obviously, they're up there as well. So yeah, it really could be anybody's game. Yeah, we'll see.
All right, well, we're gonna pay the bills right quick, and we'll be right back. Racing action from the Smoking Tires Sprint Car Cup Series is brought to you by Team 126 Racing, your home for hard-nosed, short-track racing action from the UK. Like and follow them at facebook.com/Team126Racing. By Butt Kicker, feel what you've been missing and experience immersion on a whole new level. Visit thebuttkicker.com to see all of their amazing products today. By Track Racer, experience refined gaming for yourself, including the new Alpine Racing TRX system. For more information, visit trackracer.com today. By Edwards Setup Shop, proud setup provider of the Smoking Tires Sprint Car Cup Series. Visit facebook.com/Edwards Setup Shop for more information. And by Epsilon Sprint Wraps, the place to get your sprint car and dirt racing paint schemes. Visit facebook.com/Epsilon Sprint Wraps today.
Like we're just getting about ready with qualifying now too. We got Sean Huffstutler on the pole right now with a 12 or a 13.278, and Chad Biesinger is right behind him with .392. Two more people ready, still taking time.
Yeah, you'll see him scroll across the top of the screen right there is what we have time so far. You right, Huffstutler is that's gonna be a fun name. Huffstutler is top of the board right now. Chad Biesinger, and we'll see if we can get the grid once qualifying finishes. So yeah, so they had what, 2 laps? They have 2 laps, 2 fast laps, or just 1?
Yeah, they get 2 fast laps. From when they take the green, and if you get loose or if you go off track or hit the wall, it doesn't count. And Dan Withers looked like he had a good practice time, but haven't seen a qualifying time yet, so he may have had some issues. Or he could be one of those guys that just like to start from the back and click, he's ready.
Touch that wall, you're done. But yeah, maybe he chose to start back there, not sure. So yeah, we got 21 guys, and so I don't know if you want to start in the back. I know it's 6 laps. You start 10th in your heat. That's going to be a tough ask right there.
Yeah, when we got 8 laps for these heats, and yeah, like I say, they're going to go real quick. Maybe 2 minutes. I'm reworking my math, and yeah, we're going to be probably under 2 minutes each.
All right, well, say those names fast. We'll see.
That's right.
Let's see what we can do.
And it looks like we still got about 30 seconds more before they grid up. But I don't know. What are you looking forward to seeing tonight?
Well, there's going to be plenty of action on the track for sure. I mean, Bristol provides some great racing, and so there's no question we'll have some great side-by-side racing for sure. The question is, will the cars allow the drivers to do the work? Because that's the thing. You know, these things are hard to handle, and then you put two side by side up here, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, very true. And we saw that at Iowa too. It's hard to make any real quick evasive maneuvers, and you know, if there's any carnage, it might lead to more carnage. They do actually have one fast repair, so that's kind of nice.
That's right. Fast repair, so that'll help for sure. All right, You're looking at the starting lineup for heat race number 1 here on Full Throttle TV here for the Smokin Tire Sprint Car Cup Series. Sean Huffstutler took the pole, and so he'll start heat 1 at the front. Evan Amick is going to be on the outside of him, starting 3rd. Dominic Moss in the 19, the number 95 of John Stepanek is going to start 4th. Kenneth Bradstock 5th, Marshall Layton 6th. Oh, sorry, they just flipped that. 7th is going to be Brendan Basinger. I'm sorry, Stephen Hill. Basinger is going to be 8th. 9th, Kevin Daffner. 10th, Brian Newingham. And 11th is going to be Dan Withers.
Yep, looks like they're going around now for their pace lap, and I believe they only have one pace lap, and they're going to be going green.
All right, well, we're going to get right to it here. Yeah, it's going to go by quick, guys, so hang on. 8 laps here around Bristol Motor Speedway. Some exciting racing action for sure. I'm excited. I love this track for sure. I mean, like I said, some great racing here. No matter what car you put on, it seems like it puts on a good show.
Oh yeah, nah, you can't really say anything bad about Bristol. And you know me, I love when they sprinkle the dirt around here too. But yeah, it's going to put on a really great show for sure.
Yeah, after Knoxville, I'm kind of okay with dirt, but man, it's tough on dirt. But these guys on asphalt. And the thing is with this car, on dirt at least you're sliding around a little bit. Here you get a little loose, and that big right rear tire wants to snap you around, wants to kill you. So we'll see who can hang on for 8 laps and see who takes home the heat win number 1 here in the Smokin Tires Sprint Car Cup Series at Bristol.
And they are green. And Sean looked like he had a hell of a start there. He was just checking out already.
He sure did. Him and Dominic Moss both kind of jumped out. The battle is for 3rd here. Kenneth Bradstock trying to hold off Evan Amick, and Evan was fast last week as well.
Yeah, he actually he ran pretty good. And I'm just looking through the back of the field too, and everybody just kind of single filed out. But once again, you can't even get full throttle here. So it seems like the guy that's going to do the best is going to be the guy that's going to have the. Yeah, somebody got a little loose there in the bottom.
Yeah,
looks like it was Stephen Hill, maybe.
No, Dominic Moss there for 2nd. Looks like he was slow off the corner and still trying to get back up to speed. This might be one of those tracks where you have to kind of get them wound back up.
Well, they are 1 speed, so yeah, they don't accelerate good. But when they get to the top end of the RPM, that's where you got to worry about them more than anything. That's where they can bite you.
Sean Huffstutler, he's just checked out here. He's about a corner ahead of these guys already.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive too. And we're only 5 laps into it now. Like I said, this will be over before you blink.
The battle's for 4th here. That's Stephen Hill ahead of John Stepanek and Dominic Moss, who's dropped back to 6th already, Tony.
Yeah, it looks like he's starting to make a little, he's fighting for that 5th place spot. It looks like he kind of found his bearings again. And it could have just been one of those things. He got a little loose on the inside, maybe hit the curbing, disrupted the car a little bit, and he just needed a couple laps to collect himself.
Well, we only got 2 laps. Now 1 lap to go. White flag is out for the heat race number 1. Ooh, we saw Stepanek kind of step out there, but hangs on to it. Stephen Hill, Stepanek. But Sean Hustutler, he's going to come off turn 4 and take heat race number 1 in a decidingly. Actually, Kenneth was able to make up some ground there at the end. But Sean Hustutler, Kenneth Bradstock, and Evan Amick are going to be your top 3 finishers from heat number 1.
Yeah, that was a blink of the eye, and yeah, actually a lot of fun to watch.
All done and clean. Everybody kept it clean from what we saw.
Yeah,
So that's the important thing. You saved that car. Um,
it's and it's a tough thing to do. And you know, Dominic did a good job. Unfortunately, you know, he didn't have enough laps to kind of make it back and to where he was. But yeah, it's here comes heat number 2, and let's see, who do we got on the starting row? We got Chad Biesinger. Then we got Jeff Nairn starting second row or second. Then we have Joe Backus starting third. We got Preston Cranmer starting fourth. Ed Walk starting fifth. We got David Baldassar starting sixth. Greg Drelling starting seventh. Ty Bostic starting eighth. Bobby Gibson ninth. And to finish it off, we got Billy O. Smith.
I like that name, Billy O. Smith. That rolls off the tongue really nice.
You know, I was thinking that when I was saying it.
All right, so we are about ready to go racing here for heat race number 2. Another 8-lap quick race here.
Yeah, and I should have threw the stopwatch to see how long the last one took, but this one's going to be just as quick. And they got one more pace lap to go. And apparently, it looks like they are using the new implemented iRacing feature, which is the restart zones. So these guys they'll get into a certain zone, and the leader gets to choose when he wants to start in that zone. Kind of like the real guys.
I can't seem to get the grid to go away here. So bear with us, but we're going to go green here. Off turn 4. Biesinger's going to lead them down. Jeff Nairn second.
Green flag.
Pace car is in, and there they go.
Green flag's out, and we're underway here at Bristol.
You almost had a 3 wide right there before turn 1.
And they stay a little stacked up a little more than heat race number 1 here, so it's going to be a little bit tighter pack, and the battle's going to be for second. It looks like second on back, 2 by 2 by 2.
And Preston's trying to make the outside work. He had a pretty good run there, and it looks like he's gonna almost clear him just about now.
Ooh, we got one loose down there. It was Ed Walk. Ed Walk still loose, still trying to save it, and he does.
Yeah, that was a good move by him. It fortunately brought him to the back of the pack, but that's half the battle with these cars is saving them if they get loose, and you don't want them to get loose. Yeah, I'm trying to look at times, but they're going so fast I can't even keep up with the time.
Yeah, I think we just saw second place there. What in the world? Second place there, battling.
Yeah, and Preston actually drove him way up to second, but yeah, he's getting pushed by Jeff Nairn right now in the number 5.
That's right. There's second and third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all on your screen right there. Boy, that battle for second is tight. But again, the leaders checked out here. That's one thing. The leaders get clean air and able to check out. Biesinger's gone. Preston Kramer's fighting Jeff Nairn. Joe Rugg. Oh, we got another one loose there.
Yeah, and he got down. That was Ty Bostic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny too because you'll see some guys that'll catch up really good, but then they'll hit the straightaway and then they'll fall back, and then they get back into the corners and they're catching up, and it's opposite guys doing opposite things, and it just goes to show you that you can't really get these things full throttle, which really adds a really nice racy aspect to it, where you really just got to control the car. Oh, we got a little hit there. Jeff Nairn made contact, and he is in the inside wall.
And like that, it's over. Checkered flag. Chad Biesinger able to take home the heat. Preston Kramer and Joe Backus finishing third. There you go. So that sets the lineup for the main event here. And we're getting ready to go racing. for 60 laps around this track. Man, I tell you what, the leader may be checking out on these heat races, but the battle on back is just intense. I know being on these car or in these cars that it's tough.
Yeah, and it's one of like I was saying in that second heat race too. It seems like you're gaining on them in certain areas, and it really just depends on how hard you can get on the throttle. And yeah, there's cars getting stacked up, and there's really nowhere to go too because you don't want to make a huge invasive maneuver. But yeah, that's what makes it kind of fun. But yeah, if you can get on that lead, you get that clean air. You could just check out, go your own pace, and just keep it clean, and you should be in good shape.
One thing we forgot to mention that I forgot about is the invert. Guys,
What's
we
that?
are going to see some exciting stuff tonight because we got the invert. The back of the field becomes the front of the field and vice versa. You got Sean Huffstutler starting in the back of the pack with Kenneth Bradstock, your two winners. And so we're going to be watching them come through the field. But Billy O. Smith's going to start on the front row with Dan Withers, Bobby Gibson, Ed Wack, and Brian Newingham being your top five. Sixth place is going to be Tyler Bostic. Um, Yeah, actually, that's eighth. I don't know. They got the scrambled order anyway, but
Yeah, yeah. We got Dan Withers and Billy O. Smith, like you said, on the front row. Then Brian Newningham. Then Bobby Gibson, Kevin Dampier, Ed Wack is coming sixth. Marshall Layton is seventh. Ty Bostic is eighth. Brendan Biesinger is ninth. I got to have my finger on the screen so I can work this better. We got Greg Drilling, 10th. Dominic Moss, he's starting 11th. Jeff Nairn is 12th. John Stepanek is 13th. David Baldessare is 14th. Stephen Hill is 15th. Joe Backus is 16th. Evan Amick is 17th. Preston Cranmer, 18th. Kenneth Bradstock, 19th. Chad Biesinger, 20th. And yes, like you said, Sean Huffstutler on 21st, all the way from the back. That is going to be the interesting story. Let's see how much he can work his way up.
that's right. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. But we're coming off turn four, looking
Green
for the green
flag.
flag for the 60 lap feature here at Bristol for the Smoking Tires Sprint Car Cup Series, and we're underway. And boy,
Had
Dan
a little
Withers,
bobble up, yeah.
Dan
Yeah, a little
Withers,
bobble up.
sweetie, kind of took off there, and everybody, it got a gaggle back here. Three wide racing, 3x3x3 there.
Yeah, we've got a lot of action right now starting off. At least they finally settled up to 2x2, but yeah, we still got a couple guys mixing up in the back of the field. Like I say, I'm waiting for them speedy guys to start catching up with the front of the pack.
Boy,
But it looks like some of them are taking a little easy, just letting it play it out. Oh, we
we got
got
a
a
big one.
guy.
We got a big wreck.
You want something to drink? Yes. He'll take a Captain Morgan and Diet
Yeah,
Coke.
let's see who that was.
I'm looking, trying to get. Looks like Kevin Dampier was involved. Pretty big wreck there. He's smoking. But they do have a fast repair, so it should be all right. Kevin Dampier, Billy O. Smith's off the track. Not sure if Basinger was involved, but he's back there.
It looked like it was Ty Bostic. He actually looked like he got a little loose coming down the front straight and just had a hard time saving it, and he got clobbered from behind.
Let's see if we can pull up the replay here.
Now, fuel shouldn't be an issue for these guys just because of the length of the track. We were thinking last week at Iowa they may have had some fuel issues, but they should be all square tonight. So if anybody goes in, it's just for damage and for maybe a set of tires.
Here we go.
Although I don't believe they have tires.
Dampier gets loose on the straightaway and nowhere to go for who is it that hit him there. And man, he goes flying. It's good thing this is a sim race.
Yeah, well, that's one of the disadvantages of being in a VR. If you're in a wreck like that, you get a little dizzy after a while.
We're on board with him. Oh boy. Oh, and then just gets. Yeah, I mean he's right in the middle of the track when he comes back across. We'll look at another view here to see if we can get a better view of exactly what happened there.
Yeah, he for sure went for a ride.
He gets loose off turn four, and almost loose into turn one, and then the cars behind him had nowhere to go. Just completely.
Yeah,
Sick.
he looked like he was going to have a good chance of saving that too. Unfortunately, the guys behind him really didn't have any place to go. But yeah, they are tough to save, and it's a lot tougher when you're getting hit from behind. But fortunately, there's not a lot of places to go, especially at Bristol.
No, there's nowhere to hide here. That's for sure. And especially if you're sitting in the middle of the track there, when he kind of saved it and got it righted, but he ended up right there in the middle of the track, right in the groove, and as narrow as this track is, I mean, there's so it looks like we got Dampier involved. Sean Huffstutler apparently got a piece of that. Let's look at that and see if we can see. Oh, that's not the correct. Let's see. Okay, maybe it was after the caution had come out. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, it looks like they haven't gone 2x2 yet, so you might only have one more lap to green.
Let's see what Basinger saw in this. Nothing. I don't know. This must have happened under caution. Everything looks right to me. Yeah, so we're still under caution here. Dan Withers continues to lead after, starting from the front, man. He got a good jump. Brian Newingham, Greg Drelling, and Brendan Basinger, and then Ty Bostic, the one that you said got loose and kind of triggered some of that, still running in fifth. So he was able to save it, but unfortunately the accordion effect probably caught some of these guys out.
Yeah, most likely. And Greg Drelling, he started 10th. He's up to third place right now.
Green flag.
So that worked out in his favor.
Green flag's out. Single file start. I forgot about that. We are green and back underway here at Bristol. Dan Withers continues to lead, but Greg Drelling is right there to pressure him. And goes by him, right by on the inside. So put Greg Drelling to P1.
Wow, that was a pretty good move there for him.
Boy, the race is for second, though. This is, boy, you can tell these cars are hard to handle. Oh, we got one on the apron and one sideways there. Oh, no!
We got another yellow out.
Man,
got
it's
everybody.
big. It's big. It's clogged the track up, and man,
Yep.
we've got some guys flipping.
I'm looking at probably about 6 or 7 cars that look like they were involved in that. And I know these cars, they're hard to get slowed down too, especially if you see the accident. The brakes just want to kick the tail end around, and it's almost as unsettling as the car getting loose.
I know Huffstutler was involved in that one, so. That's unfortunate. Let's go back and see if we can see what happened.
I'm rewinding myself and seeing if I can find myself.
It's wrong one. So let's see. We come off turn 4 here. Everybody's sideways. Looks like this car gets it loose in front there.
Looked like the number 19 got a little loose coming off of turn 2 or turn 4 actually, and
It was the 19, wasn't it?
Yep, he got a little low on the apron, and again, I don't know if that's really throwing the cars off. It looked like it didn't help him much, and one of those things where it just couldn't save it.
And so it looks like he got on the apron and got halfway back up on the track, but still had the left tires on the apron, and I think it upset his car there. Let's go back one more time. Let's go on board here. Roll bar. He's on the apron, comes back up the track, but still has the left side tires on it. And I think he just whipped it around, and then he tried to correct it. It's right back up into the track. And boy, it's gonna be a tough one for everybody there. But hopefully they get their fast repairs and are able to get back out there.
Right. Yeah, and they only get one, so hopefully we haven't had any guys that needed 2 already.
Well, we've completed 14 laps of the 60 scheduled. And you brought up fuel. I know you talked about that. We were wondering about that at Iowa the other night. Do you have any idea? Are these guys good on fuel?
I think they're going to be fine. It didn't look like anybody really even needed any during the Iowa race, and being the same amount of laps with a much bigger track, I think I think we'll be fine with fuel here. I don't believe they're allowed to take tires. So if anybody's going into the pits, it's mainly for a damage fix. And I'm looking at the scoreboard now too. We only got 12 guys in the lead lap right now on a lap 11, and it looks like we got Billy O. Smith. It looks like he might be out permanently. He's already 5 laps down. Kevin Dampier is 3 laps down. Dominic Moss, who was just in that last accident, he's 3 laps down now too. He's sitting in the pits, so I don't think he's got a fast repair left. He's probably just either getting the thing fixed, or we'll see if he comes back out.
Well, Sean Huffstutler was involved in that for sure, and he's on a tail end the lead lap behind the pace car, leading the field right now. Greg Drilling, the second car behind the pace car, is your leader, and you're right. You've got 5 cars that are a lap or more down, and then you've got 4 cars that are off the track already.
Looking now, okay, so Dominic Moss, he's coming back out. He's 4 laps down, but he is back out, so he was able to get some of his damage fixed, and he's going to keep participating. I believe they do have lucky dogs, so there is a chance he can maybe get his way back up to the lead lap.
Yeah, we had some of the guys come back out of the pits. Yeah, so there's two.
Green
There's
flag.
2 out. And we're green, so actually they will not get the wave around. Huffstutler is going to hope for a quick caution here, but Greg Drilling jumped out to the lead again. Brian Newham second, battling Ty Bostic. That's no battle. Ty goes right around.
Yeah, and Greg just he's over a second, almost a second and a half on the leader right now, or second place. He got out there and he is just driving away.
Yeah, Dan Withers in 5th place trying to hold off David Baldassar. We hadn't talked about him yet, and Brendan Basinger there for this 5th, 6th, and 7th place right here. Actually, it's going to be for 4th because they are catching Brian Newingham.
Yeah, it looks like Ty might have a little pressure from Preston behind him for 2nd and 3rd, but 4th on, it is a huge pack, and these guys are racing for 4th back here.
Yeah, this is the hornet's nest right here. These guys coming off to 4th. And you can just see how much speed these guys are carrying, and it makes those quick decisions even quicker. And it looks like Brian Newingham had a little issue off too there. Allowed David Baldassar to get underneath and by him.
Yeah, Baldassar made a great move.
We 3 door banging. These guys don't have doors, wheel banging, and they keep it going somehow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I just caught the tail end of that, and yeah, that was pretty impressive compared to what we've already seen. Yeah, good job, guys.
It's so easy to hook wheels here too, and they did a good job of keeping it straight. Chad Biesinger, Brendan Biesinger, little inter-family rivalry here. That's for 7th place.
Yeah, they are running side by side. At least they were.
Yeah, Chad's going to hang on to that spot. But meanwhile, up front, Greg Drilling continued just to drive away from Ty Bostic. Almost has a straightaway lead here so far.
Yeah, well, and Ty is still getting a little pressure from the number 7 of Preston Cranmer. Preston looks like he's just slowly inching on him too much. Sadly, it doesn't look like either one of them have anything for Greg at this moment.
So things have kind of settled out a little bit. Your first real battle's for 6th place. And then you got Jeff Marin. Oh, we got a caution.
All right, you tell me about your car, bud.
Don't know what it's for. Is that Bobby Gibson, Marshall Layton involved? We'll see if we can go back and look and see. Nope. I still don't see anything. I don't know what the yellow.
Well, it looks like Brian Newingham. Looks like he kind of did a wall ride. He's in a stunt show and wanted to show everybody how he can get on 2 wheels. And it looks like they may have called a caution for that. Oh, he didn't actually barrel roll. Now I'm watching the rest of it. Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, he's stuck on the wall as we get to him here. So let's.
Yeah, that was pretty violent for him. He actually, got stuck on the inside of pit lane road wall.
So he gets off turn. Oh, okay, yeah, he gets loose off 2, gets in the wall, goes for a wild ride. Wouldn't you want to do that in VR, Tony?
I have, and yeah, he got the instant ride back to the pit stop. Though it looks like he probably had to get that thing towed. So looks like
Let's
he's going to probably be going down a
let's
lap
go
or
on
two.
board. Here we go. Loose off 2. Oh, gassed it up and got in the wall. And man, sky ground, sky ground, sky ground. I know that feeling. That's not a good feeling. And then
No,
lands on the wall, and he's just stuck there. So he's gonna have to tow. Man, that's disappointing.
now, and I know that the iRacing physics are decent, but the cars don't bounce like that. I mean, I've seen basketballs that don't bounce that good.
Those tires, man, they might be a little overinflated. It looks like.
Something, you know.
All right, so we are getting ready to do another restart. We are halfway, lap 30 of 60 here at Bristol, and it's been all it's been pretty spread out up front. But man, you get third, fourth, fifth on back, man. It's a that's what we call the hornet's nest right there.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like yeah, fourth, fifth on. Uh, that is where the racing's at. Greg Drilling just took off that last restart. We'll see if Ty might actually have something for him. Preston might be able to get a decent run on Ty. I think maybe if we get a good restart here, we might have a nice little three-way battle.
Yeah, these guys aren't slouches. The cream of the crop usually rises to the front, and you're starting to see it now. You still have Dan Withers, though, starting. He finished in the back of his heat, started up front in the main, and still hanging around in fourth place. That's a nice job. David Baldassar's made his way up to fifth. Unfortunately, though, the one guy that actually this caution probably helps, but he's still kind of struggling is Sean Huffstutler. We saw how fast he was in his heat race, though. It's just a matter of getting through the traffic now. He's going to start 10th on this restart.
Well, not even the heat race, but yeah, he had the fastest qualifying out of everybody
That's
too,
right.
and he was quick, and the traffic too. When you're running, towards the back, and we've seen the gaggle in front of him. It's kind of hard to slice and dice through that field. So, maybe he can get lucky. Not saying we want another caution, but maybe the seas will part for him, and he can kind of work his way back up front. We know he had a fast car.
He really did. Like you said, he qualified up front. I guess you could say Sean Huffstutler was hot
Green
stuff.
flag.
With green flag.
There you go, and green flag is. Looks like Ty got a decent start with Greg, and Preston Cramner a little slower, but we'll see. They're at least in fighting distance right now.
Yeah, so these guys there's 3 of them together, and then you got fourth place on back, Dan Withers. You got about a 5-car group there, 6 cars battling for fourth on back, and that's going to include the aforementioned Sean Huffstutler. Whoa!
Yeah, that's kind of what's hurting him right now. He's so far back. He's kind of. I mean, look at just the gap between third place and fourth place right now, and he's got to work through all those cars just to get to that point. Still, a couple guys low. I don't know if they're coming off the track or they got a little loose there.
Caution's out.
Ooh.
Tell us what you got when you get a chance.
Got another caution.
It's going to be Bobby Gibson in the 26. He stopped against the wall on the inside there. Not sure what happened. We'll take a look and find out though. 26. Oh, there was I don't know what in the world that was. They come off turn 4 and there was like 2 cars slow on the inside.
Yeah, and I'm looking to see who those 2 cars were actually. Looks like Billy O. Smith was one of them, and I believe they were coming out of the pits. They may have gotten some damage fixed.
You know, we've seen this before. It looks like Bobby Gibson, and again, what a wild ride. Bobby Gibson came off the corner, got a little loose, went to correct it, and it snaps to the right, and you end up in the wall, and the ride's on from there.
Yeah, these cars are just the short wheelbase, the heavy horsepower, the I shouldn't say lack of braking, but the instability under braking. It really I mean, you just got to hang on and pray, and hopefully you can get it. But yeah, those 2 we had Kevin Dampier and Billy O. Smith. They were the guy. They were just coming out of the pits together. I don't know if that screwed anybody up though.
No, well, the thing is, the wreck can happen into one. Well, I think what happened is he got loose and talking about Bobby Gibson, he got loose and thought he was good. He had saved it, so he gets back on the gas. But you get on the gas a little too hard, you spin those rear tires, and next thing you know, you're turned into the wall and
Yeah, barrier surfing. It looked like
yeah.
though. Fortunately, he didn't get into anybody else. He even bounced back on his wheels. So maybe he's got a fast repair he can get in there. And although with 3 laps down, he's probably done with fast repairs. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe he'll
Well,
get
we got,
back out here.
got 22 laps to go. Greg Drilling, your leader. Ty Bostic second. Preston Kramer third. Dan Withers still in fourth. David Baldessar fifth. You got Jeff Nairn just going through the field sixth. Seventh is Chad Biesinger. Eighth is going to be Evan Amick. Ninth is Brendan Basinger. 10th still is Sean Huffstetler, although I think he got the wave around. No, he got the. Oh, he caught it. He was on the lead lap. 11th, Ed Walk. 12th, Joe Backus. 13th, Stephen Hill. 14th, Kenneth Bradstock. And 15th, your last car on the lead lap is John Stepanek. And actually, why is it showing? He's actually, no, Kenneth Bradstock and Stepanek, I'm sorry, are laps down.
Yeah, Stephen Hill, I believe, was the Lucky Dog recipient that last go around.
All right, so we're going to do one more lap here. These guys, we're getting down to it. We're going to have 20 to go at the green flag, or 19 to go at the green flag. So,
Yeah, and they're kind of spread out too. I'm surprised these guys aren't nose to tail. I would assume they got at least one more lap to go here.
they do.
But I would expect that field to tighten up a little bit, just to get as much as you can. Especially single file restarts are so hard, just because it strings out the field even bigger than it needs to be. I would be right on this guy's bumper, even though they don't have bumpers. But
it's hard, but I don't know that I'd want to try double file restarts over and over again either with these cars because they do move around quite a bit.
It would definitely make things interesting for sure.
I mean, good for us, maybe bad for them.
Yeah.
All right, we're going green here. Pace car's off. Greg Drilling continuing to lead. Ty Bostic
Ready,
second.
green flag.
Trying to do something with him, and the green flag's out, and we're back underway.
And it looks like we kind of had the same thing. Greg had a really good start there. Ty didn't get on him like he did before, but yeah, from fourth place on, they are back to the gaggle. David Baldessar looks like he's catching in on Dan Withers though, and there might be a pass for fourth place here coming up.
Basinger continuing to work his way forward. As I say that, he gets loose. Jeff Nairn fighting for him. This is for sixth place.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for something big to happen. Everybody we still got a couple guys too wide. And it looks like they're starting to string out a little bit.
Any feeling about the car at all?
Yeah, there's your big thing happening.
Yeah, and there it is.
Looking through the field, trying to find what happened. Oh, it's going to be Bryant Newingham. In turn one there. Not sure what happened, but looks like the thing won't roll. He's going to take it to the garage. Let's see what happened here.
That was violent.
Off turn 4, into the wall. Oh, it gets tied into the wall and goes for a somersault.
Yeah, I haven't seen that since the 80s Olympics.
The high dive?
Mary Lou Retton days, we're talking. I guess I'm aging myself.
That was, let's, as we always do, let's go for a ride. Let's ride on board. Coming off 4, it looks like he just gets tight, gets into the wall, catches that right front tire on the wall, and man, that's a heck of a VR ride right there.
Yeah, you're so worried about these cars getting loose, and you think, well, they're not going to get tight, right? No, they get tight too.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the fun of it. Yeah.
You pick up the gas and it wants to pick up the right front tire. That's one thing we've seen, and so it just goes straight. So you're battling you're battling being loose and being tight. So you're trying to find that like sweet spot coming off the corner, and that's tough to do.
Yeah, and you don't want to barely turn the wheel either, and then of course you got other competitors on the track trying to do the same thing, which is why we love this sport to begin with. But
that's right.
It really makes this stuff it's really interesting, and I might be up to try this once or twice.
Well, I mean, that's racing. You know, you're talking about that's racing. You're trying to do all that, and you're trying to do it with people around you, and it's not easy to do. And that's kind of what makes it a good challenge and fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, fun until you do something like that, and then it's not so much fun.
Well, but then you got the other side of the spectrum. You got Greg Drilling up in front. He's been leading most of this race. We got 20 laps to go here. At least, no, we got less than 20 laps to go here.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just it's a lot of fun. You know, some guys got it dialed in. Some guys are still trying to find their way with it. But it isn't easy, no matter what side of the spectrum you're doing.
Well, we've seen it all night that Dan Withers, he doesn't get the greatest restarts here. And so the top three kind of break off and then the battles for fourth on back. So we'll see if we can kind of close up here. We're going to have the pace car dive off, I believe. No, we're going to go one more. So it's going to be 11 laps to go when we take the green flag.
Yeah, well, Dan's got to focus on Greg all the way up at the front. And when he sees that car budge, he's got to step on the gas along with everybody else. And, you know, maybe he might have a better shot of closing up some of this gap because, yeah, the top three are just leaving him into the dust.
I know you say that, but I guess from a league admin standpoint, when you say that, I kind of cringe because I always tell the guys is if you go based on the leader and second doesn't go or third doesn't go and you're watching the leader, guess what? You're going to be into that guy. So you got to have, and that's one thing I think is overrated or underrated is peripheral vision for race car drivers for sure. So we're going to go green.
Here we go.
Flag.
Green flag's out. Greg drilling off to, and he gets loose. Woo.
Yeah, Dan got a little loose there. David Baldessar passed him, got around him, and he is actually starting to show his face up here in the mix. He is barreling down on the top three.
Battles for the lead. Ty Bostic to the bottom. He's going to take the lead here from Greg Drilling, I think. Yeah, he's going to be clear. And now Preston Cranmer is going to try to do it as well. He's to the bottom, and he does. As they do that, Bostic gets loose. Well, the action's tight.
And David Baldessar's just waiting for them all to wreck, and maybe he can sneak in there. But I thought he was going to catch up to him real quick, but he's still hanging back a little bit.
Hey, we're coming to 8 to go. And this is heat race mentality right now. And Greg Drilling gets loose again. I mean, he's struggling back there.
Yeah, well, maybe there is something to do with that clean air. I mean, there is no spoilers, there's no wings. I believe when we've even practiced in Iowa, there was a slight amount of draft with these things. But in traffic, it's got to be even worse.
Boy, I tell you what, Dan Withers hanging on to it back here.
Caution.
Yep, we got a caution.
How you doing in there, kids?
Yep, you got one more caution.
Jeff Nairn went for another ride. He was on his roof there.
Yeah, he finished off on his roof. He got the instant tow to the pit.
All right, let's go back and look at it. Let's see what happened. Off turn 2, I believe it is. Yeah, turn 2. Oh, he gets hit. I think he got hit from behind.
I'm looking at it too. He may have got a little help there for sure. It's tough to say. I'll have to get in on a good zoom here if I can.
I'm looking from his gearbox here. Gearbox. Yeah, he got some contact there from the car behind him. Let's see who that is. Let's rewind and see if we can find it.
Yeah, it was at number 27 of, I'm looking at, from Stephen Hill. Yeah, it looks like Stephen got a good run off of 2 there, and just came up on the 5. I don't know if the 5 got a little tight there, or maybe just kind of slowed down. It kind of seems like he slowed down a little bit.
I think
he did have a guy on the inside also. He had Josh Stepanek on the inside.
And right there, he just turned to right in the wall. Unfortunately, that's what happens when you race the back of your hard in the pack, man. It's tough.
Well, especially with 5 to go, yeah.
Yeah, one little bobble. Yeah, right.
It looks like we're going to be at a green-white checkered to finish this off. I would imagine so. I don't know if they're going to have enough laps to maybe get one lap in. I'd almost rather see a green white checker than a one lap.
Yeah, I was gonna say lights are still on, so we're gonna go to. Yeah, if they have a green white checker, which I believe they do, there'll be one green white checkered attempt. I think that's what happened last week. So one green white checkered attempt, and Ty Bostic's jumped out the lead. Man, he did a good job on the start there, capitalizing. Greg Drilling looks like he was spinning the tires a little bit on the restart.
Yeah, well, even Preston Cramner got around him over the 7, and this restart's going to be pretty interesting. We're going to see if Greg might have a way to get back at the two of these. David Baldessar, he doesn't have Dan Withers in front of him now, so he's going to be starting 4th, and we'll see what kind of a restart he can get going.
Yeah, Chad Basinger up to 5th, Brendan Basinger in 6th, Dan Withers back to 7th. But you're right, David Baldessar was able to get around all those guys and ends up in 4th place now. So he's just watching the leaders and trying to see what he can do. But, single file restarts from 4th place, it's going to be tough to do with the green white checkered. But as we saw in the last restart, anything can happen.
It's he's got 40 seconds to get something done. With the green white checkered, you barely get 3 laps out of it, and yeah, it's gonna, or no, you get 2 laps out of it. So yeah, you got about 36 seconds to do it, or something like that.
Green.
Pace car's off, green flag's out, green white checkered here for the Smokin Tire Sprint Car Cup Series. And boy, it looks like we about had something happen there for 5th place on the restart. But man, all right, here we go. Preston Kramer's looking to the inside. Tyler Bostic closes the door, comes down. He's going to see caution.
Driving there, homie.
But the white flag is out. We'll see if they ended under caution or if they get another attempt.
Yeah, well, pace car's out, so looks like we might actually have our green white checker now.
Nope. That's going to end it. So he's going to come around, take the checkered flag. Your winner tonight, Ty Bostic. Preston Kramer 2nd, Chad Basinger up to 3rd.
Yeah, that was good on Chad. I mean, Chad made 2 passes at the end. Then we got Greg Drilling coming in 4th, David Baldessar coming in 5th, and then Brendan Biesinger coming in 6th. Ed Watch 7th, Stephen Hill 8th, Joe Backus 9th, Sean Huffstuttler 10th. Fortunately, he didn't get the night he started off to have. Then we got Evan Amick 11th. I don't know. You want to finish him off?
Yeah, as soon as that. Okay, there the pace car comes off. So we're gonna get the results up here so you guys can see them as soon as the race finishes here. Officially. I don't know. iRacing kind of does some weird things there with the when the caution comes out. So, but yeah, definitely your winner, Ty Bostic. Hey, what about that move, Tony, to get him on the restart there, and it kind of set himself up for another green white checkered finish?
Yeah, he had a great Ty had a great restart. Preston was trying to get on him. Maybe a few more laps, he may have been able to have something there, but not Ty had him. It looked like there might have been a little bit of defensive blocking going on, but hey, he did everything he had to do, and he came home green. Came home with a checkered flag.
Yeah, he shut the door. He shut the door on him. You know, what else can you say?
Yep. I guess to finish up the field too, we had Evan Amick. He was 11th. Dan Withers is 12th. Kenneth Bradstock, he was your guy first lap down, 13th. Then we had John Stepanek, 14th. Marshall Layton, 15th. Dominic Moss, 16th. Jeff Nairn, 17th. Brian Newingham, 18th. Kevin Dampier, 19th. Bobby Gibson, 20, and Billy O. Smith was your last place at 21st. Well, 28 laps down for him. So a few guys had 20 laps down or more, and wasn't the night they wanted. But I'll tell you, it sure looked fun out there. I don't care where you finish. If you can at least finish half of this race, you had to have some sort of fun out here.
Absolutely, it did look like a lot of fun, and these guys, ripping around Bristol is a blast. You got an open cockpit like that. You can kind of, like you said, in VR, kind of see around and everything. It's a lot of fun. So we're gonna pay the bills right quick. We'll be right back. Racing action from the Smokin Tire Sprint Car Cup Series is brought to you by Team 126 Racing, your home for hard-nosed short track racing action from the UK. Like and follow them at facebook.com/team126racing. By Butt Kicker. Feel what you've been missing and experience immersion on a whole new level. Visit thebuttkicker.com to see all of their amazing products today. By Track Racer. Experience refined gaming for yourself, including the new Alpine Racing TRX system. For more information, visit trackracer.com today. By Edwards Setup Shop, proud setup provider of the Smoking Tires Sprint Car Cup Series. Visit facebook.com/Edwards Setup Shop for more information. And by Epsilon Sprint Wraps, the place to get your sprint car and dirt racing paint schemes. Visit facebook.com/Epsilon Sprint Wraps today. All right, we're back, and let's see if we can pull up the race results here.
Yeah, I'm looking through the field too. Preston started 18th on the grid. Chad started 20th on the grid, and they're our second and third place finishers. We got those were two of the biggest movers of the night.
Yeah, I think I believe that the heat races kind of messes with the results here, so we'll see if we can show you guys there. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything we can do there, Tony.
Yeah, you've got the control board at hand, so I don't know. Let's get some of these interviews in here. Let's get who do we want to bring in first? We'll bring in Chad Biesinger, our third place finisher. Hey,
There.
Chad, you out there?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey, congratulations on your third place finish.
Yeah, that was I passed a lot of cars, I think.
You did start in 20th, after the heat race invert. Yeah, you were the hard charger of the night. You made up 17 spots. That's pretty impressive in these cars.
Yeah, it was fun. For the most part, I could have used maybe a few less cautions or a few more laps. I got an awesome restart. That final restart, I noticed that some of them guys were leaving the top open before the finish line, so I took advantage of that.
It did look like passing was pretty hard, and yeah, you had to take advantage of some of that traffic while you can. I don't know. Explain a lap. What is it like going around in these cars? I mean, the throttle inputs, just in general. I'm kind of unfamiliar with it. I get a chance to practice. I know Brody does too, and yeah, just be interested to see what a perspective on a guy that runs these.
Oh man, I mean it's I don't even know I have words like I don't know. Patience for one, big time. Everything just happens way fast, it seems like. Any little input seems to have a drastic output. So just being patient with the throttle, with steering, everything.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what we've experienced. I don't know, Brody. You got anything you want to add?
Nah, just a great race. Like you said, passed a, passed a lot of cars. Unfortunately, some of the fast guys from the heat races weren't able to make it up. What makes it so? What makes this car? What makes it so tough to pass? I guess on this track in particular, but this car in general.
Oh, I just think well man, well, like I said, everything happens so fast, and then it seems like the cars you're working on them to pass them, but they're just bouncing all around, and you can't really predict 100% where they're gonna be. So it's either take a lot of risk or just be patient and try to get around them when you get an opportunity.
Well, you did a great job with that as well. So again, congratulations on your third place finish. You got anybody watching out there you want to thank or any sponsors?
Well, I think my dad's watching, so happy Father's Day to him. And then I had a good time racing with Brendan, my son, in this league tonight.
Well, awesome, and a happy Father's Day to him and to you as well. And again, congratulations, and we'll see you next week.
All right, thanks, guys.
We were wondering about the relation. That's a good father son team out
Yeah.
there running each other. Yeah, happy Father's Day to you both, and your dad watching.
Thank you.
All right, there's your third place finisher. Soft spot for me, the number 23, Chad Basinger. And second place, we're going to bring him up, is going to be Preston Cranmer. Was able to jump to second. Preston, you got us?
I got you, bud.
Hey, man, congratulations. Great second place finish out there. It was a tough race, man. It was tough to pass, but you was able to work your way up to second and got yourself a nice little or finishing position.
Yeah, I'm real happy with the second place. I did feel like I had a chance there at the end, but starting from 18th when you invert the whole field and it's a new league and everything going, so don't really know what to expect. Especially I'm a pretty much exclusively run dirt, so this is new experience for me anyway. So I'm real happy with this. Yeah, it was a little tricky to pass. I felt like I had the advantage on the restarts. I think just being used to driving on a slick track maybe helped me a little bit. Once tires heated up, I was a little disadvantaged, but worked out for me having a few extra restarts there towards the end.
Yeah, you talk about the restarts, man. We had quite a few of them, and I know they get kind of hairy there, and you have to kind of take positions where you can. Tell me about the balance between aggression and patience with a 60-lap race. I mean, you don't have time really to do much out there, especially with the cautions. But how do you manage the aggression versus okay, I need to be patient here?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody watched the kind of the test run race we had last week, but I was very aggressive at the beginning, and it didn't really cost me as far as contact or anything like that. But I really wore out my tires or overheated them or something throughout the race. May even been the brakes. I'm not sure. So I was a lot more careful to bide my time a little bit through the beginning of the race. Just make sure I was kind of in sight of the leaders. Didn't want to lose them too much. Although cautions help with that too, but yeah, I think really kind of just easing into that aggression throughout the race, and that way you put yourself there with a chance at the end.
Well, I know we were coming down, and we took the caution there, one lap to go. I gotta ask you, do you think you had something for him if we ran that last lap under green?
Yeah, I did. I did. Ty ran a great race. Didn't really make any mistakes. I did even on our white flag lap. I had my nose under him, and just not knowing. We don't know each other yet. That's the thing. That's the beauty about league racing is you get to know your competitors and how they race. But we're still getting to know each other. So I did back out a little bit, and I know as soon as he got that clear low call, he closed the door. So I'd have loved to have another shot at him, but I think we'll take a second place and run.
Absolutely. Well, we saw that, and it was some close racing. It was going to be fun, man. We just ran out of laps, but again, congratulations on second place. Do you have, well, hand the mic to you. Do you have any sponsors or family, anybody watching you want to thank?
Yeah, absolutely. I got to thank my whole team over at Kreitz Sim Racing. Joe Backus was out here with us tonight. I think he ended up with a pretty decent finish as well. Our sponsor, Galen's Homegrown Popcorn. If you go to galenspopcorn.com, use code CART, C-A-R-T. You'll get 15% off. Malcolm's Mills, Mill Writing, and Epsilon Sprint Wraps. Those guys are all great. Offers a ton of support.
Well, awesome, Preston. Well, again, congratulations on the second place finish, and I'm going to check out that popcorn. That sounds pretty good. But
It does, yeah.
the 07, congratulations, and we'll see you again next week.
Thanks, guys. And I'm telling you, it's the best popcorn you ever eat. I'm not kidding. That's not a sales pitch. Give it a shot.
I am. I'm going to give it a shot for sure. All right, Preston. Thank you.
Congrats
Thanks,
again.
guys.
All right. Well, that's your second place finisher, Preston Kramer in the 07. Got me hungry now, and I think you're going to be down in victory lane with our winner, Ty Bostic, finishes up.
Yeah. What's up, Ty? You out there?
Yep. How's it going?
Very good. Congratulations tonight. That was a pretty exciting race. We didn't think anybody was going to have anything for Greg drilling tonight, but you were able to get a decent restart and made that pass on the outside.
Yeah, for sure. He was before the cautions started coming out, he was kind of pulling away from everybody, but the cautions came out, jumbled us back up, and gave me a shot at him.
Yeah, well, explain a little bit what was going through your mind on some of these corners, or even about the car. How do you like these things, and how do you drive them, or what do you think the secret is to it?
They're a lot of fun. You have to be really careful getting onto the gas, especially at Bristol. A lot of times you don't even get past half throttle till about halfway or more down the straightaway. So I was just trying to be really careful to not let the car get loose. Try to stay on the bottom, take the short way around, and not let the car spin out. play for the long run. So that was kind of what I was going for the whole night.
Well, yeah, well, you did a good job at that, and I know you made the pass on the outside, and then we saw you sticking low. Preston was behind you, and it looked like he was kind of closing in on you. You think you would have still held it if we had another 5 laps to go?
I think so. I was about to cut off his line, so I kind of like slammed the door on him to not get to give him a chance to get underneath me. I kind of went a little bit high coming out of the corner. I think it was out of two maybe to give him a chance to come in. But like I said, I tried to cut off his line, slow his momentum down. I think I should have been able to hold him off there.
Yeah, well, yeah, we were wondering to see what was going to happen. We did see you kind of come down on him a little bit, to protect your line, which is, hey, that's racing, and you did a great job at doing that, and brought you that victory.
That's right.
Especially starting at eighth, your heat races, you didn't have too great of runs, but no, it wasn't bad. Were you kind of planning on the heat races? I mean, how does the heat race factor into this? I mean, if you know what the field's going to be invert, do you really want to go that crazy and get that victory in that heat race, or do you think maybe playing in the midfield is the way to go?
The way the inversions were working the last couple weeks, I was kind of just taking it easy on the heat races, trying to get my feel for the track and the car. Still really new to both. Uh, like combo. I just picked up the sprint car like I said last week, so I'm still kind of getting used to the car. So I wasn't trying to over push it in the sprint race in the heat race. So I ended up somewhere near the back half in the heat race, just trying to get used to the car. So I wasn't trying to over push. I do think they might end up switching it next week, so the inversion might not keep happening. So I might have to push a little bit harder next time. But yeah, like I said, I was using the heat races as kind of a warm up and extra practice, getting my feel around cars.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, because well, the little experience I've had with these things, yeah, it's they are dangerous under throttle, and they get tight and as easy as they get loose, and yeah, yeah, another 20 cars out there, and it makes it even a little bit more tricky. But no, you did a great job tonight. You got the victory in hand. Do you have anybody out there watching? Anybody? We're going to turn the mic over to you. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I give a shout out to my parents. They always like to watch these races. Also, happy Father's Day to my dad and any other dads out there watching.
Well, that's awesome. Yes, and happy Father's Day to your father, and if you're a father yourself, and I guess we could say happy Father's Day to anybody else out there watching tonight.
Sounds
So
good.
very good. That's our first place winner, Ty Bostic, and the number 24. And yeah, we look forward to see you guys next week.
All right, there's Tyler Bostic, race number one winner, race 1 of 12. Before we go farther, we kind of messed the sponsor rotation up. We're going to do them one more time, show you the sponsors for the series, the ones that help us keep this going. Racing action from the Smoking Tires Sprint Car Cup Series is brought to you by Team 126 Racing, your home for hard-nosed, short-track racing action from the UK. Like and follow them at facebook.com/Team126Racing. By Butt Kicker. Feel what you've been missing and experience immersion on a whole new level. Visit thebuttkicker.com to see all of their amazing products today. By Track Racer. Experience refined gaming for yourself, including the new Alpine Racing TRX system. For more information, visit trackracer.com today. By Edwards Setup Shop, proud setup provider of the Smoking Tires Sprint Car Cup Series. Visit facebook.com/Edwards Setup Shop for more information. And by Epsilon Sprint Wraps, the place to get your sprint car and dirt racing paint schemes. Visit facebook.com/Epsilon Sprint Wraps today.
I can only imagine, yeah, the track rotations. I know we got Darlington coming up on the schedule, and that's the beauty. We have some big, a mile and a half. We had a mile last week. We've got a half mile today. And yeah, this track variety is really just going to kind of see how this car shines in different, on different playing fields. And it's going to be fun.
Yeah, we're looking at the schedule, and that's the thing. Darlington next week? Darlington? You know that track's tough. Oh, I know you love the track, but I know the track's tough, but man, in these cars, it's going to be some high-speed action. It's a narrow track, right up against the wall with these cars snapping. And boy, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. You guys need to tune in next week to see how this works, because I'll be watching for sure to kind of see the action that we see at Darlington in these cars. Then we have an off week for July 4th, and then we go to Dover, the concrete mile, another fast track with a lot of banking. Then back to Iowa, to Richmond, Lucas Oil, one of my favorite tracks. I love that track. South Boston, another favorite of mine. The short tracks, Phoenix, then the short track of Martinsville, New Hampshire, which is probably going to race a lot of other modifieds. It's going to be fun. USA, and then we ended at New Smyrna. So what a great schedule, a lot of great short tracks, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep, for sure. I'm actually, well, you know me, I'm looking forward to the Martinsville race, and I like Lucas Oil and South Boston myself. So yeah, a lot of good short tracks on here, but then we got a couple of the familiars, the Dovers, the Richmond, New Hampshire coming up in here too. And yeah, these are going to be next week at Darlington. Yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for that one. That's going to be kind of fun.
It is. Well, make sure to join us next week, next Sunday at 9 o'clock again, for the Short Track Racing Sprint Car Cup Series from Darlington. Going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for watching tonight. We've enjoyed it. Got to thank the Smokin Tire Sprint Car Cup Series for having us, and I hope you guys enjoyed the race. But yeah, see you next week. Looking forward to it. Tony, anything else you want to add?
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, and like and subscribe if you haven't already.
Absolutely. Like, subscribe, and follow us, and we'll see you again next week here on Full Throttle Television.